2 days in a row we're doing the sunglasses look, but we're also doing a music-related movies 2 days in a row, so here it is. Better Man was directed by Michael Gracie and tells the story of Robbie Williams, one of the most famous musicians and songwriters in the world, as we see his rise to that eventual stardom, starting first in the boy band Take That, him eventually leaving that, his solo career beginning, all of the highs and lows in his life as he was accomplishing this amount of fame, and eventually becoming the person that everybody got to know him as. So I'm going to be one of the 5 or 6 reviewers to say this, but here it goes. I've actually known Robbie Williams my entire life. When I think back on it, Robbie Williams played all the time when it was, on the radio, or it was either the music collection. Like, my dad had this, a ton of music on, iTunes and stuff, and we had a lot of Robbie Williams on there, especially Life Through a Lens, I've Been Expecting You. Those albums played quite a bit, especially I've Been Expecting You, because that had a couple of the biggest hits that Robbie Williams has ever done. And so he's not exactly a stranger to me when it comes to music. However, when it comes to this part of the world, Robbie never went that big. He never became the chart-topping artist in the US, so it's very easy to think about a movie like Better Man, which is a biopic of Robbie Williams, and have most people go, wait, why would I want to watch that? Who cares about Robbie Williams? But then that's kind of why Better Man exists, right? I mean, this is how you learn about people you don't really know too much about. While I can say that I listened to a lot of Robbie Williams music over the years, I didn't know every detail of his life. I didn't know every single thing that happened. And so this movie was an interesting experience because I learned a lot more about this individual. And having seen Better Man, I can also say it's a really damn good movie. In fact, so good that I'm very upset it's not doing a lot better, because it should. This is a very high energy biopic, and it really manages to keep that momentum going all the way through to the very end. It's really, really fun stuff, but also really affecting stuff, because like I said, you see all facets of Robbie's life, especially in that rise to fame that he had. And so to be able to see everything from when he was a boy to eventually becoming, the bigger artist that he is, and some of those moments really, really hit hard, especially when it comes to the family dynamics, particularly when it comes to his grandmom and his mother. They were both very close to him, and when things didn't go super well when it came to the relationship that he had with his father, there was distance created, and there is a closeness over there that, certain moments in the movie as they transpire, you definitely feel a lot when that's happening. And major props to making those moments feel as powerful as they do. Of course, the movie has a ton of musical sequences because it's hard to do a Robbie Williams movie without having a lot of music. And there's a lot of greatest hits in here that you hear, and they're all very well executed. One of the sequences is online now, so you can check it out. It's the Rock DJ sequence. It's damn impressive. The entire thing is like this one shot. It looks like that, and it's really, really great, and it's visually fantastic. Michael Gracie also directed The Greatest Showman some time ago, which was very good when it came to those musical sequences and, with the soundtrack. And over here, once again, he brings that visual flair to this. Robbie Williams is played by Robbie Williams. That is his voice, yes. But obviously we have to discuss the elephant in the room, which is it's a CGI monkey. Because in Robbie's own words, that's how he sees himself. He sees himself as this, as a monkey. And it's even on the tagline of the poster, "Fame will make monkeys of us all." And I get what the movie is going for in that sense. And when I first heard that they were doing that as a premise, I thought to myself, that sounds silly. How is that going to work? How do you take a movie where, Robbie Williams portrayed as a CGI ape, with CGI on the level of the Planet of the Apes movies recently? I'm assuming they're just the same studio. How do you do that? And yet it works. It just somehow comes off as earnestly as you can imagine. And that is another thing. I already talked about the emotional sense of it, but it really needs to be said how honest this movie can feel at times. It doesn't shy away from that aspect of being very blunt and to the point, especially when it comes to the lower moments in Robbie Williams' life. It doesn't shy away from those things. It shows you the ugly, nasty side of Robbie Williams just as much as it shows you the talented, awesome side of his life, the stuff that's great. And all of that with the facade of a CGI monkey. And it manages to make all of that work. It really is a testament to how earnestly and sincerely everything is done over here. I mean, really, this is a pretty great biopic in and of itself. They've done a great job of capturing this character. There's a lot of songs in here that if you're a Robbie Williams fan, you're probably gonna have a great time listening to again, renditions of that. If you are somebody who is just being introduced to Robbie Williams, this is pretty great too. Does it sometimes fall into some, biopic conventions, narratively speaking? Sure. Yes, it makes a few decisions along the way, and some of the narrative is structured in a sense that, you see certain things happen the way that they do in biopics, for sure. But here's the thing. They work for the most part. Like, it's one of those things where, again, going back to that point about the earnestness and sincerity of the entire filmmaking process over here, when it lands those things as well as it does, a few conventions here and there is not something that really, irks me in the wrong way. It's fine, as long as you're making the story still matter. I can honestly say that there are points of this movie where I genuinely had a tear in my eye. Like, it really does get you. And it's, again, surprising saying all of this with a movie which has Robbie Williams portrayed as a CGI monkey. It's a miracle that this movie works at all. So absolutely, I recommend checking out Better Man. I think it's a really, really good film, and it's a really damn great biopic. It's very well done, and I had a wonderful time with it. And I was like you, most of you, like, I don't know if this is gonna work, but it does. It actually does. So yeah, please go check it out. Give it a chance. If you don't know Robbie Williams, get to know Robbie Williams. This is a great way to do that. I mean, it's nice to learn about people you don't really know about. That's the beauty of filmmaking. Sometimes you get, and cinema. Sometimes you get to know about people that they may have been strangers to you, but the stories are often pretty interesting. And I'm gonna give Better Man a 9 out of 10. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Look forward to more videos very, very soon. As always, if you like this, please do subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the movies.